There we go. Been having some streaming issues. Maybe there's people out there that don't want me to talk. Good morning, Wilmington, Ohio, Clinton County 45177. Um, there's a few things dear to me, and that's the treatment of people, especially when you are in a position of trust, or the treatment of people who are in uh, dire need and desperate, and those that would try to capitalize monetarily off the backs of these people who don't give a fuck about them. They act as if they do. They present as if they do, and sometimes even hide under the cloak of God and a ministry. So while I'm not going to sit here and accuse Sugar Tree Ministry of a damn thing, because who knows? Maybe they're just feeding the people that are just being brought here. Do I have my suspicions? I do. But what I my suspicions lean more toward the courts and officials and people who really know. But then again, that who cares? But I mean, there was a huge question as why the director of a fucking of a soup kitchen is on a drug court board. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm going to read this to you. And the citizens, this is directed towards the citizens of Wilmington, Ohio. And perhaps this takes place other places, and it's really sad because uh, these people's intentions are not at all to get these people well. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And they continue making money off of them, and they're probably that type of person. Fuck it, they're going to die anyway. They're fuck them. They're out of the that kind of mentality. But you're not going to get away with that long. God's not going to allow that. You might get uh, rich quick for a moment. But what are we talking about? We're talking about body brokering. There's a movie that you can rent and view on YouTube. Um, it's called Body Brokers. I think it's $1.39, and it was the best $1.39 that I'd ever spent, because that movie is based was oh wow. I just got some more news. Oh boy. This shit's getting deeper, ladies and gentlemen. Good God, I'm getting close. It's not an I thing. As there's about 5 of us that are getting really close. But then there's been some restrainers, and when that restrainer's lifted, stand the fuck by. It's coming. It's coming. But anyway, this was happening in Columbus, Ohio. This is the basis of where this movie was written, and it really happened there. So, what is body brokering? Body brokering. This is a definition that I found this morning and I posted, and I'm going to pose a couple of questions that I did in this post. Body brokering, often known as patient brokering in the addiction and mental health treatment industry. It is a deeply concerning practice where individuals, typically those in vulnerable situations, are recruited and directed to specific treatment facilities in exchange for this referral. The broker receives financial compensation, often from the treatment centers themselves. This transaction fundamentally undermines the principles of ethical patient care and treatment. At its core, body brokering prioritizes financial gain over the well-being and appropriate treatment of patients. That's where I got a huge fucking problem. And I'm telling you, I am probably I consider myself to be heavily empathetic. I've lived this shit. I've seen it. I've seen people die from it. I've watched my mom OD twice. And to sit back and think that there's people that are out there that are evil enough to capitalize off people who are so vulnerable and addicted and they take advantage of. Fuck you. So whomever is capitalizing off this cash cow, you better make all you can, motherfucker, because it ain't gonna last long. This I promise you. At its core, body brokering prioritizes financial gain over the well-being and appropriate treatment of patients. It typically involves an individual or entity that acts as an intermediary, exploiting the trust of those seeking help for the addiction or mental health issues. These brokers may use misleading or aggressive tactics to persuade patients to choose certain facilities, regardless of whether those facilities are the best fit for the patient's specific needs. The practice not only violates ethical standards, but also often crosses legal boundaries, leading to a significant crackdown by authorities. By turning patients into commodities for profit, body brokering has damaged the credibility of the healthcare system and can have detrimental effects on the recovery journey of individuals seeking help. So there's people out there that genuinely are seeking help that are getting used for fucking money, that are being directed and abused, sent to places that can't really help them, but to a certain degree. So my questions: what does a food kitchen need to stay a food kitchen? The answer is people in need of food, vagrants, homelessness, or homeless. Has the homelessness spiked in Clinton County, Ohio? The answer to that question is a hard yes. What does a drug court need? It needs addicts. Has the amount of homeless addicts spiked in Clinton County? Why segregate drug crimes? Is this a means for them to channel the clients? Just a question. If you were homeless and hungry and told you could be taken to a place you can get free food regularly and help, would you go? Kind of might explain why there's people from other fucking states here. Has the rehab facilities increased in the last 10 years in Clinton County? Yes. Do you think Wilmington can handle this large influx of homelessness? It couldn't even handle our own. Is the presence of Sugar Tree Ministry a positive impact or a negative impact on the city of Wilmington? If there were less calls, there was close to 306 in a single year, close to 1,000 between Sugar Tree and Hope House combined in less than 2 years, police calls and EMS. If there were less calls and crime associated with this place, would you be more likely to accept its mission? Me, I would. I definitely would. So can they sit back and play stupid and say I can't control what these people do? Well, they could, but you could also say if you are caught and if your face is if I see your mugshot, you're not eating here anymore. That's one. There's several ways that you can curtail the hungry and those in need of food to stop committing crimes or being a dumbass. There's several ways you can do that. Because if they know they're going to starve, if they really know you're going to stop feeding them, you'll see a huge change. Hunger has a very powerful way of straightening people out. So that's what I have on that. And oh boy, a new behavioral health. This is I just got sent this. A screenshot of a new behavioral health. Todd May a screenshot. How much longer will this go on? It's a danger to anyone who drives by there. You have no idea when someone will dart out in front of you on foot, bicycle, or gas bike. And if you hit them, now you have to face consequences and suffer financial burden of possible jail time. I'm faith-based and I believe in supporting those in need, but where do they keep coming from? Yeah, I'm with you on that one, buddy. Oh boy. They have to be migrating here for a purpose. No, they're not migrating here, folks. They're being brought here. It's not a migration. They're being funneled here. Um, what would the purpose be? One, ministry funds to feed them. Counseling centers get money for mandated mental health visits. Drug rehab programs get money for mandated treatment. Slumlords with buildings out of code still get Section 8 dollars. By God, that's right. So my question is, who are the slumlords and why aren't their buildings being brought to code? Ooh. If a building is hacked up to accommodate 8 or 12 sleeping room rental situations, it is the building properly taxed for the purpose of zoning? Who's the parent corporation or owner associated with the drug rehab? Who's the parent corporation or owner for the mental health counseling? And close. Oh wow! I'm telling you, yeah. These listen, ladies and gentlemen. This is anyone associated with this within this county. I would pull pole and fucking haul ass because your cash cow is about to fucking die. It's about to take a hard dive because there are highly educated people getting involved in this, and it's not going to fucking last long. The microscope that's about to get put on this, and when I say pull pole, if you have anything military association, you know, pulling pole means if you're set up, you're pulling tent poles, hooch poles, and you're hauling ass. But I'm not you. Simplify and God bless. God's people are not for sale.